A special little series, and it's one taking a look at this book by Anne Lamott. The book is called Somehow Thoughts on Love by Anne Lamott. She's a wonderful Christian author, a lot of great perspectives. She spent most of her life as a single mom, struggling with addiction issues, single parent. So she is known sort of the underbelly of life and has found in faith, a way to move forward. But she writes in such a realistic way. She really is very appealing, in terms of understanding the human journey, not from sort of some sanitized, here's all the easy answers, but understanding the real struggle of life and how faith can walk right along with us in those struggles. So we're going to be taking a look at that over the next few days in 10 Minutes of Calm. And we're going to start out taking a look at this beautiful way that she actually starts this book, which I love. She said, "My husband said something a few years ago that I often quote. 80% of everything that is true and beautiful can be experienced on any 10-minute walk." That's a really powerful idea that on any 10-minute walk, we're going to be able to see what is really true and what's really beautiful about life. And imagine a cityscape where we're walking down and we're getting to see people's connection with each other, and we're getting to understand humanity a little better. We may cross paths with a friend or a family member. That's something true and beautiful. And then if you live out, in a more rural environment, like it is possible for where Susan and I live, to actually have a little 10-minute walk out of our backyard and not cross anybody, because we live right beside a big park here. And again, those 10 minutes, we'll really be able to see something true and beautiful over that time. So true and beautiful, either nature or with people, or some mixture. For most of us, will be a mixture of the two. And this brings to mind like this connection between love and hope, because she goes on to say, and I think it really is true, one thing is certain: love is our only hope. And it's interesting when you look at that combination of how love and hope work. It's very easy to kind of misunderstand, I think, the way love functions. And I was reading this morning an article, and it was on the series The Bachelor, and I think they're up to their 12th or 13th season. Anyway, I don't watch it, but I know of it. And out of all those years and all those couples, take a guess how many of them have remained married? Eight. Eight. And they were talking about, maybe why is this so? Maybe, this show that is supposedly figured out the program to true love, and their divorce rate is much higher than it is in the public. Well, here's an idea for you folks with that. And I thought the article made some really good points. It said, when we think that love is all about like the big fancy date, and they listed a number of them, like the private yacht cruise, the private fireworks display. I don't know how you do that, but display, all these different things that are these big, emotional, very, oh, this is wonderful. Look how spectacular this all is. How incredible this all is. Its reality is most of life is over here on forgettable Wednesdays. And an article, a little clip that gets used a lot in weddings is this idea of these kind of Wednesdays, that literally we have thousands of these Wednesdays in our relationships that are very mundane. But the reality is that's where love gets built. Yes, it's not that these big flashy things are a problem per se, but they're not actually real love. Real love is much more over here. So that's what we have to think about, friends. That idea of mundane love, the kind of love and connection we see in that 10-minute walk, is going to be the kind of thing we can actually build our lives on. And we can start to see a much richer, deeper form of love, because it's not based on the big and fancy. It's based on life as it is. And a lot of life is rather mundane. That's why, again, fall in love with reality, not potential. Fall in love with what is, and you'll never be disappointed. It's that simple. And hope is a big part of that as well, folks. So we want to really understand hope in its broadest, deepest sense, and to understand how hope really connects with this. And it's interesting because loving people are hopeful. Hopeful people are loving. Just think about that. Think about the most loving person you know, and I guarantee they bring hope to your life. And think about the most hopeful person you know. I guarantee they stir some thoughts of love as well. There's some loving connection there. And that's so much the way we want to put our life together, is with love and hope kind of being part of it. And it gets exercised in the mundane, in the 10-minute walk. So I think that's where I want to start this week. It's like, yeah, let's find love in the mundane. Let's look at those mundane things. Let's find love there. Let's find hope there. Let's find it in the 10-minute walk because God's everywhere. So he's going to be in those places where it may feel very ordinary, but the reality is it's all so darn beautiful and all so darn good. So that's the thought for today. What we're going to do now, friends, is we're going to shift gears. And when we shift gears here at New Church Live, this is what we do. We do a little meditation. We do a little prayer. We do a little blessing. And we won't be saying hello to people live today. But again, we more than welcome you to leave comments, and I'll be responding to the comments in due course. So, friends, let's get a little breath. A meditation. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I. Be still and know that. Be still and know. Be still and be still. Be. Our Father, who art in the heavens, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, as in heaven, so upon the earth. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we also forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you, bring you peace, and bring you home. Amen. All right, dear friends, have a great day, and we will see you again tomorrow. Take care. Like our content? It's funded by viewers like you. Please consider becoming a